Hi, we're here live at Identity Week America 2024, where I'm joined now by Kristin Olsen, who's Director of Project Management for the Travel Experience Guest Digital Technology at Alaska Airlines. It's really great to speak to you today. You gave an amazing keynote presentation to our audience here. Tell us about what you're doing to eliminate physical ID for the travel experience on the day of travel.
Absolutely. So we hope by 2026 to offer our guests the ability to use their face or their phone at every touch point during day of travel. That means no physical ID, and so they either use their state-based identity or they use their face using the TSA's touchless identity solution at touch points where that's eligible.
And you mentioned in that presentation that, not enough self-service biometric technology is meeting the passenger at those key points in the travel journey, the lobby, pre-lobby. How are you streamlining the travel experience from that point of view?
Yeah, so one of the things we're doing is we're offering the ability to have guests verify their international travel documents prior to the airport. We're using Jumio and Airside as vendors for that opportunity. And what that really does is it really unlocks the guest's ability to check in, to add a bag, and so when they get to that lobby, they have an opportunity to have that 5 minutes or less experience that we're really aiming for in the lobby.
Of course. How critical is mobile solutions, doing things ahead of time before the day of travel?
Absolutely. We are working on a major lobby transformation to get to that 5 minutes or less in the lobby. Part of that was taking out kiosks and implementing bag take stations. And what that did is it pulled the pre-airport activities and self-service options out and onto the mobile phone. Of course, you can still use desktop, but we're really focused on the mobile app and having our guests be able to get ready for their journey before they get to the airport, so they only have to do the things in the lobby that they physically have to do in the lobby. And then, of course, we are working to implement a self-service option for bag drop. I mentioned we're partnering with Embros to do that, where guests can also use their physical identity or their digital identity to validate at that touch point. And so that's an agentless experience for people who want that.
And you also mentioned your network of partners, you're using for the digital technologies. Who are they and how do they fit in securing the whole passenger journey? Yeah,
so we're using Airside and Jumio, like I said, pre-airport to verify passports, match those travel records of our guests. And then at the airport, we're really focused on the two things I keep talking about, which is face and phone. So from a face-based digital identity, we're using the TSA's touchless identity solution program, where guests can opt in their airline profile, and then at security and other touch points can use their face as their identity for day of travel. And then from a phone perspective, we're really working with states who haven't legislated or in process of legislation to unlock the ability for guests to use their digital driver's license or mobile driver's license or ID in order to just use a tap or a scan at those touch points during day of travel.
And do you think, states are going to reach these real ID requirements as well?
I'm sure that everybody's working really hard to meet the real ID. If I could say anything to people listening, if you don't understand what real ID is in the US, please go to your local driver's license and make sure that you meet that criteria. I do not think that real ID requirement will be moved again, but we also want to make sure that states are incorporating the need to have real ID as part of providing a digital or mobile driver's license.
And that's enabling you to do what you're doing as well.
It's really supporting guests so we don't have chaos at the airport.
It's been brilliant to speak to you today. I hope you have a great conference here in Washington, D.C.
Thank you for having me.